very good morning to all of you. My name is Dr. Abdul Wajid. I am from School of Finance and Commerce. The topic of the presentation is non-banking financial institutions. There are no such prerequisites to understand this topic. It's fairly easy topic. After completion of this lecture, the learners should be able to understand the meaning of non-banking financial institutions, importance of and functions of non-banking financial institutions, which are also known as NBFIs, and also the types of NBFIs in India. So let's get started with the meaning of non-banking financial institution. A non-banking financial institution, which is also known as NBFI, provides similar banking services as a bank, but it doesn't come under the legal definition of a bank. So basically, it's a financial institution which provides services like a bank, but doesn't come under the preview of a bank. Obviously, there are some differences between a bank and NBFI, but more or less it functions like a bank but doesn't come under the legal definition of a bank. NBFIs supplement banks by providing the infrastructure to allocate surplus resources to individuals and companies with deficit. Additionally, while banks offer a set of financial package, on the other hand, NBFIs can unbundle and tailor these services to meet the need of specific clients. So, in case of NBFIs, there is no set of packages like in banks, and it all depends upon the requirement of the receiver. Additionally, individual NBFIs may specialize in a particular sector. Therefore, they develop an informational advantages. We will see in later slides how an NBFI may specialize in a particular sector, but it is one of the characteristics of the NBFIs. Therefore, NBFIs enhance competition within the financial service industry. Let's understand the importance of NBFIs. As I told earlier, that NBFIs cater to different needs of the people, and they may be specific tailor-made needs which NBFIs can fulfill. So these NBFIs have more comprehensive customer range. Sometimes it happens that a customer is not eligible to raise finance or capital from the traditional bank. In these situations, a financial institution like an NBFI has a better chance to help these type of customers. And apart from banking activities like loans and credit facilities, NBFIs also provide other services like education funding, retirement planning, trading in money markets, underwriting stocks and shares, and there are other obligations also. These NBFIs also provide wealth management, such as managing portfolios of stocks and shares and discounting services. The number of non-banking financial institutions has expanded greatly in the last several years as venture capital companies, retail and industrial companies have entered the lending businesses. The functions of NBFIs can be divided into four parts. First, it acts as a financial intermediary. Second, it helps in inducement of saving. It also assists in mobilization of savings and investment of funds. The most important function of non-banking financial institution is the transfer of funds from the savers to the investor. Therefore, it acts as an intermediary between savers and investors. NBFIs also play an important role in promoting savings in the country. Therefore, they help in inducement to save. Mobilization of saving is also one of the functions of NBFIs. Mobilization of savings takes place when the savers hold savings in the form of currency, bank deposits, post office saving deposits, life insurance policies, etc. NBFIs provide highly efficient mechanism for mobilizing savings. And at last, the main objective of NBFIs is to earn profit by investing the mobilized savings. For this purpose, these institutions follow different investment policies. Now let's discuss the difference between NBFIs and bank. So the difference can be understood through 5 points. First is by definition. Banking is acceptance of deposits withdrawable by check or demand, while NBFIs cannot accept demand deposits. NBFIs are companies carrying financial businesses. Second, if we talk about the scope of business, the scope of business of bank is limited because it is only engaged in the services related to bank. While there are various types of businesses regarding financial services. Third, limitations. They both have different limitations. For instance, a bank can only perform a banking activity, right? So it's a limitation of a bank. While the limitation of NBFI is that it cannot provide checking facility. Fourth, licensing. License norms are tightly controlled, and generally it is perceived to be quite difficult to get a license in case of a bank. But it is comparatively much easier to get a registration as an NBFI. And the last difference between an NBFI and a bank is that banks are regulated through Banking Regulation Act and RBI Act, laid down by the stringent control by RBI. While in case of NBFI, much lesser control is there. So these are the basic differences between a bank and an NBFI. Now let's talk about the types of NBFIs. So NBFIs may be categorized broadly in two categories. First, by the nature of the activity they perform. Second, on the basis of accepting deposits. So on the basis of nature of activity, there are asset financing companies. The main aim of asset financing companies is to finance assets, physical assets, which support or which helps in economic activity such as automobiles, tractors, etc. Second type of companies are loan companies. It's a company or a financial institution whose principal business is to provide loan to the company, to provide loans. So it may carry on other businesses of granting loan, but does not include it doesn't include an asset finance company. So an asset finance company and loan companies are different. Third type of companies or NBFIs are mortgage guarantee companies. Mortgage guarantee companies are financial institutions for which at least 90% of the business turnover is mortgage guarantee business, or at least 90% of the gross income is from mortgage guarantee business. Then we have investment companies. Investment companies means Investment companies means any company which is a financial institution carrying on as its principal business the acquisition of securities. So they are mostly into acquisition of securities. Next, we have core investment companies. Core investment company is a company or NBFI carrying on the business of acquisitions of shares and securities. And last, we have infrastructure finance company. It's a non-banking financial company which deploys at least 75% of its total assets in infrastructure loans. Now let's talk about the different NBFIs which are distinguished on the basis of accepting deposits. And there are two types of NBFIs. First, which can accept deposits. Second, which cannot accept deposits. NBFIs which have been issued certificate of registration by RBI with a specific license to accept deposits are entitled to accept public deposits. In other words, not all NBFIs registered with RBI entitled to accept deposits, but only those that hold a deposit accepting certificate. Therefore, not all NBFIs can accept deposits. Only those NBFIs can accept deposits which have been issued certificate of registration by the RBI. To conclude, it can be said that NBFIs convert savings into investment. This mobilization of resource eliminates, if not lessens, the intra-regional income and asset distribution inequalities. If NBFIs are not present in the financial system, the useful application of saving into the investment might remain a dream. One strike aspect of NBFIs is that they are usually development oriented and not merely profit maximizing entities. With that, I end my lecture on this topic. Thank you all for listening to me.